Well, if you're on the fence about whether or not to buy Najee Harris or sell Najee Harris, we might want to break down some things in this video so that way you can kind of make the best informed decision. And then I will let you know if I will be buying or selling Najee Harris by the end of this video. If you look at it, I mean, just look at last year. He had over 1,000 yards yet again, 1,043 yards rushing with 6 touchdowns. He's a 6'1", 242-pound running back who's been in the league for 4 years, and all 4 years ran for over 1,000 yards. He is a quality back that not a lot of people give a lot of pride to him, but is the situation going to change from the Steelers now over to the Los Angeles Chargers? Does he have a better situation? Does he have a worse situation? And he can even receive out of the backfield if needed. He had 283 yards receiving last year, so he can do a little bit of everything. So when you put everything together, right, you want to find out, is it going to be a buy or a sell for Najee Harris? But we can dive a little bit deeper before we give our answer. Even if you look at the depth chart, right, he's in a really good situation. Justin Herbert at the quarterback position, and at the running back position, Najee Harris is pretty much by himself as of right now in the recording of this video prior to the NFL draft. He's got, you know, Hassan Haskins. I mean, who's going to give him some issues? Kamani Vidal, you know, Jarrett Patterson. Nothing really there to scare you away from Najee Harris. Just look at what J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards was able to do behind this offensive line last season. So, I mean, you know, they're even adding a little bit to their offensive line, right? Mekhi Becton coming over. He's another one of those guards that I think is going to even help the running game even more. So the depth chart's looking pretty good for Najee Harris, but we still need a little bit more information before we say, hey, look, is he going to be a buy or is he going to be a sell? Just look at where he was ranking last year among all running backs who had a minimum of 100 carries. He ended up with 14th in yards, right? He was 7th in rushing attempts as well. Ended up being 24th in touchdowns, 39th in yards per carry, and 30th in yards after contact. Najee Harris can get the job done even when splitting carries. He was kind of splitting a little bit of a workload with Jalen Warren there as well, and as of right now it looks like there's nobody going to be splitting carries with him at all on this depth chart for the Los Angeles Chargers. Let's just go a little bit even further and let's say, okay, what did he do per game last year? Well, it looks like he had 15 attempts per game, which ended up being 11th among all running backs. He had 61 yards rushing per game, which was 20th among all running backs, and up with 2 receptions per game. Like I was saying, he could do, you know, half PPR, full PPR type leagues. He could be definitely beneficial. He was 28th in the league in that, right? So when we break all this information down, I think I'm going to list Najee Harris as a buy, right? Buying Najee Harris in a great situation as the lone back should get a ton of carries. You had people like J.K. Dobbins going absolutely bananas, you know, as the main ball carrier there, with Gus Edwards filling in there as well. But if you look at Najee Harris, if he gets anywhere close to the workload or even more of a workload of what he had with the Steelers, he is easily going to clear 1,000 yards receiving this year. And if you have to wait and just draft yourself a wide receiver or so, if you're in a redraft league, follow up with Najee Harris as your RB1 going into the season, I think that is amazing. But if we're talking about dynasty and strictly dynasty only, he's somebody out there that I think you can go out there, get yourself a 27-year-old running back in Najee Harris, and you could be in a win-now situation or even a rebuilding team. It doesn't matter. He's at the age where you're still going to get quite a few years out of good production football if he's with those Los Angeles Chargers. So as far as this video goes, I am naming Najee Harris as a buy.